Back for another update. Let's take a look here at Ethereum. Now, going back to my last Ethereum post, let's go back over here and we can check. It perfectly came down to our target right here. Okay, you see over here, this was our second scenario. It rejected off of supply. I did point out that it did look like distribution, and we needed to create a third floor. Okay, we only had two floors here, and then we ran right into the supply, came down below 38.43 and perfectly hit our target at the 38.2% fib. So that's at 35.61. Now, it is my bias that ETH has bottomed on the macro, and we should be making our way back up to the supply zone at around 48.69. Okay, actually, yeah, right around here, 48.27. So I do think that we are going to grind out a base and head back up to that supply zone. And we have something very similar to that of the schematic that can be seen on Bitcoin, along with many other assets that go through major liquidation events, right? You have your selling climax. I'll put it in white so you guys can see. You got your selling climax, your automatic rally, secondary test, failed breakout, and then you may come down for a secondary test in phase B before popping off, sweeping the internal range of the last leg, or coming down and sweeping the secondary test lows like this, and then popping off from there. So I think that's how it's going to play out, very much like how I think the rest of the altcoins are going to recover. All we would want to see over here in order to confirm that move, up to supply, is just simply a move back up above these highs here at 42.86. Okay, right around here. 42.86. Getting back above those highs means we come back up to supply at 48.27, and it's likely we'll see a partial decline from supply and then head up towards our wave 5 target sitting north of 5,500. So now this is what I think is going to happen on ETH, and I would say worst case scenario, we actually have a little bit of a longer correction in which Bitcoin comes down in tandem. That would take ETH down to the 161.8% extension, or the 50% fib. When you take a fib from the April lows right up to the highs here in August. Okay, so we already hit the 38.2% fib, but in the case that we actually end up going below this low here at 37.52, or below this structural support, then it's likely will come down to the 50% fib right around here, 31.27, 31.45 region, and then bottom out from there. Now, another reason why I'm very confident that ETH should find a bottom here soon is because look how many times we've rejected off of this major supply zone. This is 3 times rejecting here. And, you know, rejecting off of this 3 times is a big deal. Think about how many trapped holders there are over here. A lot of trapped holders. You actually came up to it a 5th time, but the 5th time ended up only resulting in a partial decline in a successful attempt at a breakthrough. Now, all we're doing with this move is just simply retesting these highs. Okay? Like this. We're just retesting the highs. So I'm thinking that we're developing a very nice base for a move higher. And a lot of people are panicking at the lows. I feel like the longer the price stays at the lows, the more time it gives people to think. Now, the more time people have to think, more often than not, they make very crucial decisions, destructive decisions at critical turning points. So just give it some time. I mean, looking at this objectively, it does look like a nice SR flip. that doesn't mean we can't come down to fill in this wick. In order to deny the possibility of filling this wick down here, then what I would want to see is a move above 42.86, which would confirm a move to supply at 48.27. Lose 37.52, then it's likely will come down to 31.27 and bottom from there. So that's one of the few reasons I'm bullish on ETH and why I'm confident on the bottom coming in very soon. But also because when you take a look here at ETH BTC, let's take a look here. ETH BTC. Okay. Now, we did call this local top in the Discord. Okay. I think we also called it in the Telegram as well, the free Telegram. You see how it came up to this supply zone? And this is the same supply zone that we used back in September of 2024 to November of 2024. We even came back to tap it in December of 2024. You see how we found resistance off of it in August, and then we started to trend down? But what we see over here on the 3-day time frame is the price holding the 21-week moving average. So take a look here, put the SMA on your chart and change the time frame to weekly like this, 1 week and 21. I swear on my other chart, let me see here, crypto BTC. Okay, I swear on my other chart it came down to the 21 week. Maybe I'm not putting this in correctly here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, yeah, I guess it didn't come down, but it's very close to it. So what you may see over here on ETH Bitcoin is one of two things. Either we get back above 0.04 and this move over here would be considered a V-shaped recovery. Take a look at this on the daily time frame. You see how fast we recovered after taking out these lows? You see how fast this recovery was? So this could be the start of a V-shaped recovery as long as this level of support can hold on ETH Bitcoin, 0.004. You may come down, tap this, mess around here a bit, and then continue on higher to then take out this internal range at 0.004 and then come back up to retest this supply zone. And in doing so, it's likely we'll have a successful attempt at an actual breakout to the last all-time high, which is around here, at this supply zone. So this is the next major supply zone after breaking above this one. And then this is your breaker. Okay, this is another area of resistance. So that's what I'm thinking. It does look like a V-shaped recovery, and we can confirm that as long as ETH Bitcoin holds 0.04 and then gets back above these highs. Okay. Worst case scenario, we actually lose this support and then come down, fully tap into the 200-day and then pop off from there. So we'll see how it plays out, but pretty bullish. Oh, there we go. So if you take a look here at the ETH Bitcoin pair on Binance, it did come down to the 21 week. You guys see that? And it's a bullish pin bar that formed, right? So yeah, we would want to see a move above 0.038. Okay, now that we have the right pair, just to be more specific, bulls want to see a move above 0.038 and for price to go no lower on a closing basis below this low, okay, at 0.035. We may wick it a bit and then come back up take out this 0.041, but looks promising here. I really like how we have this V-shaped recovery. Let's go back to Ethereum, and what we're going to do is take a look. And yeah, even the USD pair came down to the 21 week. So that's pretty interesting. And then we have a lower low here and a higher low here. So that's your bullish divergence. And then if you take a look at this on the 4 hour, price is coming out of extreme oversold territory. On the daily, yeah, so it just may chop around here, but pretty oversold on ETH. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Ethereum update. I think we should have a very bullish Q4. Everything, when you look at the chart objectively, it does look bullish. I mean, this does look like a ending expanding diagonal. So with an ending expanding diagonal, you're going to have an ABC down like this. This is your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 3, 4, and then this is your 5. Okay, and you see how the waves are overlapping here, kind of like this. So this is what it looks like. So just go on Google Images, type in ending expanding diagonal, and you'll see this exact structure. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're currently in the 5th wave. And within that 5th wave, it looks like we've possibly put in a wave 4 here. And it just messes around here at these lows a bit before coming up for a wave 5 north of 5,500. And then this would be your ABC down 3, or let me see here. Yeah, 3 wave move down, and then a 5 wave move up in the wave 5. Okay. So if you guys like the video, please like, share, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you haven't joined the free Telegram, where I give out daily alpha, click the link in the description below to join. Peace out and take it easy. See you guys in the next one.